Lose subscribers every time I dance. It doesn't matter what I dance to. Gina, why are you laughing? Because it makes people mad. if I'll probably lose subscribers for doing this video and laughing. it's not the, it's the silliest thing. People don't want to see you dance. You can't be happy. You can only be happy in a certain way. And that way, to some people, you cannot dance. You are not supposed to be dancing. How dare you get up there and move your body and dance like that? How dare you do that? I, I watched 10 subscribers just totally disappear. Hello, Michelle. It's going to be lower than this when I get through with it. Okay, I got 100. They've been keeping me at 155,000. It took me a month and a half to get beyond 154,000. And they're going to look like they're going to keep me in the 155,000 probably for another 2 months. But every time I dance, I lose subscribers, and it makes me want to dance more. I can't help but laugh. I really cannot help but laugh. That's right. That's right, Michelle, honey. We live on this earth, and if you want to dance, you go ahead and dance. And if it makes you happy, I'm happy that you like to dance. There are people who do not believe in dancing. They do not feel that it's right to see a person dancing, and there are people who feel like that should only be for children, that should only be for teenagers, that should only be for young adults. There should not be any women dancing. There shouldn't be any older women dancing. There certainly shouldn't be you, Gina Honey, dancing. That's a big no-no. And if you belong to God, you certainly should not be dancing. You call yourself a Christian, you up there moving your body. I'll move my body if I want to, and I'll dance from my spirit because God knows my spirit. He's the one who gave it to me. And I dance free. I'm free. I'm free in my spirit. He who the sun sets free is free indeed. Hello there, Richard, honey. You like the happy dance. That's right, Helen. And Lori, we can be happy. There's no reason why we can't be happy. We live in a world where there's a lot of turmoil, there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of sorrow. There is. Why can't we have some happy? Why cannot we pause that button and have some happiness? I think we can have some happiness. We can. Some people don't want to, and why don't you want to be happy? Well, there's nothing happy to be happy about. There's nothing going on to be happy about. There is. I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll find something to be happy about. Yeah, hello there, Destin. Yeah, Destin. We're destined to survive. How about that, Destin? We are destined to survive. That's the truth. That is the truth. That means you're going to survive whatever comes against you. That's what it means. That's right. We got a gift. Lori, honey. You all know. I've been wanting to do a dance video, and I thought I don't have nothing to dance to. And then I remember saving that song I heard in the radio, You Can't Touch This, but I tried to dance to all of it, and it just wore my body out. So I would start and go and start and go. So I just pieced that together. I thought I'll just piece these pieces together. And the other one, someone suggested, his name was Clifford Baird. He suggested, he shared that video on the YouTube channel. Then I think he took it away, or YouTube took it away. But I dedicated that last video to him. Yeah, it was fun to dance to. I don't think I've ever heard that song. If I have, only maybe one time by Bobby Brown. And I can move my body to music like that. I have no problem dancing to, somebody gave Gina a new $4.99. Thank you, Teresa, honey. You gave Gina Honey a super. I just seen it. It popped up on my phone, and I don't even know where it came from, but that's okay. Yeah, that's nice of you. That's nice. That is. Whatever video you gave that to me on. Yeah, and I don't ask people for nothing on here. I don't, you all. I don't feel the need to. That's right. I just would love to see a world full of happy people. I would. I don't like to see sad people. I don't want to see sorrowful people. I don't want to see people down on their luck. I don't. I wish everybody could live a life free of sorrow and sadness and all of that. I wish there wasn't any trouble in the world. I really do wish that. But I know there's trouble in the world. I mean, you can't turn a blind eye to it. I mean, you can try to ignore it, but for so long, it's going to come back at it. That's right, John, honey. We deserve a dance. That's right. I will survive. Don't turn around now, because you're not welcome anymore. Um, you think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, That's right. We gonna tell the world that you thought we'd crumble. You thought we'd lay down and die. Oh no, 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 no. We gonna survive. Mm. I don't love milk. I've already told you before. I don't love milk. I rarely drink milk, and I rarely drank milk growing up. But if you are, it all depends on what you are talking about. It really does, because you could be referring to a biblical scripture. You're still on the milk. You should be having solid food, meat. You should be having meat instead of milk. You could be on that scripture. You could be. You're milk intolerant now. Hello there, Chicken Farm. Yeah, your wife loves dancing too. I never got to dance my whole entire life. This is the most freest I've ever been in my whole life. These are my golden years. These are the best years of my life, the life that I'm living right now. That's right. And I'm going to enjoy it despite the world being turned upside down, and you probably feel the same way. You're going to enjoy your life while you can before it gets unbearable. Helen, honey, that's right. Thank you. Rosie is feeling good. I had got this spray for her. She came in. She came in today. I loved going out there and say, Rosie, honey, come on, you got to come in. Even though I don't hear her, I can't see her. She can hear my voice, and she comes to the door. And when she came in this evening, she walked in, and all of a sudden she shook her paw, and there was a Rocky Mountain spotted tick. It was a tick that had a white thing on its belly. So I picked it up with the Kleenex, and I put it inside the stove, and I lit it on fire. And that's what I did for our little baby Rosie. Aw, that's what I did. Hello, Carol, honey. Yeah. No, Chicken Farm, honey. Gina loses subscribers every time I dance. People hit the road, Jack. And they say, we're not coming back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Because they don't like to dance. They don't like to see me dancing because I'm all over the place. For some reason, I don't know why they don't like to see me dancing. Maybe they're not happy and they don't want to see people dancing when the world is falling apart and their world's falling apart. They don't want to see me doing like that because for some reason. Oh, I never heard of the chicken frame, Laurie. I didn't. If you're just tuning in, hello. Yeah. Um, yeah. Marilyn Monroe. You know, when somebody mentioned Marilyn Monroe, when I went to this Peddler Mall, they had this booth. When I first heard somebody mention it, and there was a picture of Marilyn Monroe. There was a booth that had pictures. I guess it was somebody's collection, pictures of her, like big old posters or something. Yeah. Oh, somebody got their message deleted by our Carol Honey. You got to be nice. You really do. You got to be nice when you're on here. And I lose subscribers every time I dance is my subject matter. Yeah. Why do I need a collyrium eye wash? It's a liquid for your eyes to cleanse your eyes. Why do I need a collyrium eye wash? Yeah. Yeah. Um, that's right. You're going to get your comment deleted. That's okay. I think we might have a nurse in here. I just think we might have a nurse or two or three or four in the live chats. We got some nurses, we got some CNAs, we got some doctors, we got some lawyers, we got some um, technicians, we got some cashiers, we got some salespeople. We got some all kinds of people. We got homebodies, we got housewives, we got it all. We might have some, Carol, honey. We might have some nurses in here somewhere. We might. That's right. Your osteopath, a Gillingian, and antique searcher. Wow. You're unemployed. That's great. Yeah, we got some teachers in here. We love teachers. I think they've taught somebody sometime in their lifetime, even if it wasn't in a professional setting. That's right. Even if it wasn't in a professional setting. A former teacher. That's wonderful. I have really good memories being a room mother. I do. I already told my really good stories about, school. I have. And it's all right. Yeah. We got some gardeners and a do-it-yourself. You're a cat mom with 4 little kitties. I think that's absolutely wonderful. I do. A wide variety of folks from all walks of life. That's great. It is great. One body with lots of members. One body that has lots of members to it. Lots of different functions. That's a community. That is a community. Shalom, Kings and Queens coaching group. So the title is I lose subscribers every time I dance. It is a given. But it makes me happy to dance. It does. It literally, it gave me a bunch of energy. I didn't need no caffeine or nothing. It got me wound up and I thought, wow, this is so revitalizing. Isn't that interesting? You can be tired, but you hear a certain music and your spirit says, I can dance to that. And then you dance to it. That's how it happened with me. With that last song, The Prerogative, all I heard was the beat. I was tired after I got through trying to do that dance to the Can't Touch This. That had wore me out. I was up here hot and Rosie was up here and then I thought, I'm so exhausted. And then I sing that song and then I listened to it and I thought, I can dance to it. I'm going to dance to it right now. You know what I did? I pushed the play on the YouTube channel. I turned my camera on and I danced to it just like that. Just one time. And I said, that gave me a lot of energy. And it's 10:30 at night and I didn't take no caffeine or anything like that, which was wonderful. Yeah. You're a dropout and retired like 80s styles. That's okay, Ramzan. It is. It's fine. Did you got the love? Did you got the love in your heart? Are you a loving person, a caring person? Are you? It means the world to a lot of people if there's love on the inside of you. That's right. You got a good demeanor. You got a good character. You got all of that going on. Yeah. Hello there, Kristen. They're jealous. You neither. You got none. That's okay. Yeah. There's a proverb. Who can stand before jealousy? Hey, there is a book. There's a book down here. I probably could read something. Let me look down here. It's got my globe. Look at my globe. Gina, don't you know the Earth is flat? I like this globe. It's really pretty. It's so pretty. It glows up. It glows. It's a piece of artwork. It's the way I look at it, and I can appreciate the colors in it. It's a beautiful piece of art. Just look at it. It's a beautiful blue. It's got the tan. The colors are just perfect, how they blended them all together right here. I'll turn it off when I go to bed. I will. What is, let me see this. We don't want to see the aliens. that. I don't want to read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, although I got that. You don't want to hear about the alien agenda. I took my other books. I think they went downstairs. There's something down here. The Nevermore. Quote the Raven, Nevermore. That's kind of scary. I don't want to read the Quote the Raven, Nevermore tonight. I don't want to read it. Hey, what's going on? Hello there, RC from Canada. I'm kind of wide awake because I danced to a song that my spirit could dance to. I did. I danced straight to it. I don't have a light. My light's over there. But my light didn't go out. It's not like my light went out. There was nothing I could do. My light went out. Did you hear that song before? My light went out. No, Gina, I've never heard that. I sung it before. I did sing it before. My light went out. There was nothing I could do. My light went out. There is this beautiful song. It is. That's a lovely song. That my light went out. But you wouldn't want your light to go out. You really wouldn't. You would want your light to stay on. I can't plug that in. I turned it off. Yeah. Oh, you dancing to your song, God's Girl. I think that's great. I really do. I think it's like absolutely a wonderful. Anything you pick up with the something, anything you pick up will be fine. From what I gather, they just want our best. You and from the okay, y'all. Yeah, that's exactly right. No, we don't need to know about that. We don't need to know about that. Okay, I just turned to something right now. Let me do this. I just turned to something called the Intergalactic Boat People. An intergalactic boat person. Hold on. I'm going to get this thing off of here. I want to hear about the intergalactic boat. So there's an intergalactic boat person. Can you stay right there so I can see it? I'm going to turn this light on because the pictures that I took, they look like boats in the sky. Is what they look like. They look like a boat in the sky. You see that? It's called the Intergalactic Boat People. Let me flip this around so you can see it. See it? Boat people. So obviously their crafts look like a boat. Is what they look like. Let me see that. The PSI spies. Something about spies. Who are the spies? Something called fast walkers. They contain technology that was neither American or Soviet. We found that they were man-made, but not by anyone from around here. So they got PSI spies began to systematically study visiting vehicles. Oh, there's something called the Enigma Files. You heard of the Enigma Files? Okay. Their fascination increased, and remote viewers had to learn how to distinguish man-made objects from those of nature. Morehouse said man-made objects almost always deal with combustion technology and were easily distinguished by the viewers. On closer examinations, they began to classify other types of flying vehicles as alien in nature. Morehouse added that the PSI spies, hello there. My nose is starting to tickle all of a sudden. I don't like my nose tickling like that. It wants me to stop and interrupt me. No, I'm not. Excuse me. They added that the PSI spies were not able to closely study all the vehicles that they encountered in their psychic travels because there were just too many of them. Many of these crafts are just passing through, and you might say, they're just intergalactic boat people. We would probably think you got intergalactic boat people. Oh, my book is sliding. My nose is my nose is itching. Let me quit that. The intergalactic oops. The intergalactic boat people are better off working on the problems of this world instead. They're better off making. These people are. I got to get to this. I'm trying to get this to read. I can't. I don't have anything to lean my book on because my book is falling over on me. We would probably be better off working on the problems of this world instead of making a big deal out of extraterrestrials, they said. That's what they said. We should work on the problems of this world instead of doing it. Gino, I can't see of anything. What is the name of this book? It's an aliens. It's about the aliens. That's me. Hold on a second. I don't want to lose my page. It's the alien agenda for the aliens is what it is. Oh, I think I lost my page. No, I didn't. I didn't lose my page. I gotta try to see if I can do it. Okay. Instead of making a big deal out of the extraterrestrials, Morehouse described remote viewing as very hard work. Well, I've never done any remote viewing. Has anyone on here done a remote viewing? You look at one thing at a time. Shalom, his real light. You look at one thing at a time when you remote view and you don't get interested in the surroundings. Like a pilot on a bombing mission, the viewer is intensely thinking about the target. He said the entire subject of these vehicles and their occupants is much more complex and subtle than first thought and is very sensitive, as it has to do with the potential contact between species. Eventually, the PSI spies accepted the idea of alien cultures and other dimensions as a matter of fact. This is just part of the overall cosmos. They've always been here before the humans, and they will be here after we're gone, said Mel Riley. Lynn Buchanan concurred, pointing out that there are different confederations of aliens with many different agendas. Amazing and unbelievable as all of this must seem to many, there is now feedback on at least one of the PSI spies' Enigma cases that strongly corroborates their claims. This case concerned Mars Observer, which vanished in August the 20th of 1993. Just as it was about to go into orbit around Mars, both scientists and the laymen had high hopes that the Mars Observer would transmit photographs back to Earth that might solve some of the Martian mysteries, such as the human face on Mars and the 3 symmetrical pyramids seen in the NASA photographs. The 5,672-pound Mars Observer spent 11 months traveling to our neighboring planet and was scheduled to go into orbit around Mars on August the 24th. The $980 million satellite was to begin a 2 to 6 year mission to map the planet in greater detail than ever before. And it was to be the vanguard of several spacecraft, not only from the United States, but from Russia and Japan. But contact was broken and the craft hasn't been heard from since. What happened to it? Did you all hear about that? Oh, wow, Kristen. NASA officials initially theorized that the probe's timing clock malfunctioned, making the onboard computer unable to process commands being radioed from the Jet Propulsion Lab. But as the days passed and communications were never resumed with the craft, hopes dimmed of ever knowing precisely what happened to the Mars Observer. But the PSI spies knew. Less than a week after the Mars probe was lost, remote viewers reported that the fate, excuse me, the fate of the Mars Observer was identical to that of what? That of the Soviet Phobos 2 in March of 1989. The unmanned probe was lost just as it too was about to move into orbit around Mars. Communication was lost as Phobos 2 passed into the vicinity of Phobos, and one of the two Mars, one of the two Mars something. This is interesting. I didn't know about that. Two of the Martian moons. The Soviets issued a comic, what did they issue? They issued a communique suggesting that the craft had spun out of control due to an erroneous ground command. There the matter rested until the mid-1991, when remote viewers formerly with the Grill Flame Unit. The Grill Flame Unit. Did you ever hear the Grill, like Grill, Flame Unit, were commissioned by officials within the Russian space program to study the cause of the Phobos 2's disappearance. 6 remote viewers were asked to view what really happened in the space near Mars in March of '89, and their final report was entitled The Enigma Penetration, Soviet Phobos 2 Spacecraft Image Anomaly, was issued on September the 29th, 1991. The report stated, hold on a second. Let me do this. I'm going to see if I can, they're going to report stated, let me do something right here. I got to do something. Let me see this. Okay, I think I got it, you all. The report. Oopsie. I can't do that. I make my thing fall over. Okay, let me try to do it. Okay, I think I got it. I got myself a setup here. Let me see if I can flip it. See, I got it set up right here. Actually, I had one right here and I didn't realize it. This is the report of what happened. Sometime after entering Martian orbit, the Phobos 2 spacecraft appears to have entered an ADIZ, Air Defense Identification Zone. An Air Defense Identification Zone, an electronic zone which protects national boundaries of sorts, triggering an ensemble of actions in response to its presence. A disc-shaped object. Object 1 arose from the planet's surface to meet the probe. Briefly, hello there, Enchanted Star. Happy vibe to you. Briefly, it arose from the planet's surface to meet the probe, briefly pursued it, then returned to the surface. Another object already in space was also attracted. Object 2 moved in close proximity and in act having some similarity to an IFF, which is an interrogation, friend or foe aircraft transponder, query, directed a very powerful, wide, penetrating particle beam into the interior of the spacecraft. Wow. It probed it. Shortly afterward, Object 2 departed. The directed energy was neither reflected nor absorbed by the probe's skin. However, the beam inflicted serious damage upon the spacecraft's electronic components, altering or rearranging their material structure at the molecular level to such a degree that the circuits became paralyzed, in turn rendering many systems dysfunctional. Phobos 2 attempted to fix itself, but became even more paralyzed in the process, creating short circuits and locking up servo mechanisms. Continued ground commands caused chaos, exasperating the already hopeless situation. Subsequently, Phobos 2 underwent a radical course change after, emphasis in the original, which, in a totally random event, a small meteoroid administered the coup de grace, effecting catastrophic damage to the spacecraft. At no time did the viewers direct detect hostile intent in connection with the reactions of the objects 1 and 2. Moreover, unintentional damage notwithstanding, Phobos 2, an alien object, seems to have merited merely passing interest and cursory inspection. There are certain perceptions attendant with viewing objects 1 and 2 that persuade one to label them as an escort vehicle and navigational buoy, respectively. A parallel ideal is connected with yet another object that viewers detected on the Martian surface during this project. This takes the form of a tall pyramid shaped edifice which serves as a type of corner reflector or glide path homing transponder, a passive navigational aid. It designates a site around with much or all of the activity where the activities seem to focus. In the vicinity of this marker beneath the Martian surface, something is existing, something living that is periodically visited by others on caretaking missions. Perceptions that are strongly connected with this resident life form include an ancient, marooned, and desperation, combined with associated ideas of tremendous tragedy, grief, and pathos. Oh, there's some kind of life under there. Some kind of resident life that has ancient, marooned, and desperation combined with associated ideas of tremendous tragedy, grief, and pathos. That is wild. Once again, the PSI spies had report that read like a science fiction story. And again, the question of feedback arose. Was there anything to prove the validity of what the viewer saw? Ingo Swann, the father of remote viewing, urged caution when he stated, in the case of the extraterrestrial thing, there may never be feedback. The public gets very excited. Oh, gee, a highly trained remote viewer is going to try to review the extraterrestrials. I mean, there is a lot of sensational interest in that, he commented. But there is a bottom line. The bottom line says feedback, and without that, the whole thing could be a waste of time. Swann's caution is well advised, but in the instant, there was feedback. There was astounding feedback from the Soviets themselves. It first came from Alexander Dunayev, the chairman of the Soviet Space Organization responsible for the Phobos 2 project. Dunayev announced that the doomed probe had photographed the image of a small, odd-shaped object between itself and Mars. He suggested that the object might have been the debris in the orbit of the Mars moon Phobos, or even jettisoned parts from the spacecraft. His tone was anything but certain. More detailed and exciting news came in December of 1991 when the Soviet cosmonauts visited the United States. Retired Soviet Air Force Colonel and cosmonaut trainee Marina Popovich displayed to newsmen in San Francisco one of the last photographs received from the Phobos 2. She said the photo was given to her by the cosmonaut Alexei Leonov, a high official in the Soviet space program. The photo showed the silhouette of an odd-shaped object approaching the spacecraft. Popovich said the picture was taken on March the 25th of 1989 in deep space near the Martian moon Phobos, shortly before contact with the craft that was lost. She said the object very well may have been an alien spacecraft, but would not say so. The reasons for its disappearance are unknown, commented Popovich. The photo is the only information for thinking, information for all kinds of decisions. Several theories, you all, this is wild. Several theories about the object in the photo were advanced. Some thought it might be a small, undiscovered Martian moonlet or simply a product of Phobos 2 camera malfunction. Professor Emeritus James Harder of the University of California at Berkeley and former Director of Research of Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization stated no one can answer precisely what it is. The photographed object bore an uncanny resemblance to the object drawn in the remote viewers' Phobos 2 sketches. The remote viewers of PSI Tech saw the photo and its similarity to their vision as confirmation, feedback of what they viewed months earlier. If their account of the demise of Phobos 2 was correct, then serious attention must be given to their statement that the same fate befell the Mars observer. It appears that whoever is up there does not want us to know about them, commented Morehouse. A micrometeorite was described by two separate remote viewers as delivering a coup de grace to the Phobos 2. This may have been no accident. The PSI spy said it seems like all of the technology we put into space is scrutinized closely. If it would reveal alien activities, then it is decommissioned. They note that the similarity of fates between the Phobos 2 and the Mars observers and the Titan 4 rocket, which blew up carrying a super secret spy satellite in August of 93. That same month, we lost our newest weather satellite. The weather satellite, NOAA 13, was lost shortly after its launch on August the 9th of 1993, according to the Associated Press. The polar orbiting satellite designed to permit a view of the entire Earth during the course of one day had been operating successfully until contact was suddenly lost, said the officials at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Later in 1993, on October the 5th, a new Landsat 6 satellite was lost after being released 180 nautical miles from Earth from a Titan II rocket launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base. No one knows what happened to that. An article in Science News said the loss of Landsat 6 would force private companies and government agencies to rely on the Landsat 5 satellite images for Earth. The Landsat 5, which lost part of its ability to transmit data, was launched in 1984. The Titan 4 rocket, carrying a top-secret military cargo, exploded minutes after takeoff on August the 2nd of 93. And according to Space News, the cause of the explosion was thought to have been linked to a solid rocket motor segment that had undergone repairs by the manufacturer. A less mundane cause was cited in the same article. It started, but in a strange twist, the U.S. Air Force colonel said the Titan 4 program manager, Frank Sterling, said he'd been told that the Air Force video of the launch shows an unidentified object apparently striking the Titan at an altitude of about 110,000 feet shortly before the rocket blew up. Sterling is not a member of the Air Force investigation team and has not seen the official Air Force video of the launch and explosion. His office, however, believes his office is conducting its own investigating. Hello. Remote viewers believe all of these mysterious space losses may be attributed to the same cause, small faceted objects that remote viewers have been seen dipping out of an Earth orbit and striking man-made spacecraft. This is why these objects, these objects, let me try to get this in here, are described as little multifaceted devices whose facets look like shiny polished graphite. These devices, according to some viewers, measure 8 inches, wow, wide by 12 inches tall. They said they appear to be about 50 or 60 up there at any given time. Several military remote viewers who are familiar with the top secret projects contend that these objects are not the brilliant pebbles of our Star Wars system. They are alien. They are hollow on the inside and the faceted surface comes apart, striking something very similar to the fragmentation hand grenade. One remote viewer who has seen these small objects in George Byers, a public affairs officer for a large corporation in the Southwest. He studied RV remote viewing under a former military remote viewer. In December of 93, 4 months after the Titan IV disaster, buyers took a mental look at the event. I ended up identifying what destroyed the missile, he said. It was something like a small projectile, about fist size. It was shiny and it hit the missile. It was definitely not a natural object. It hit and burst apart like a grenade. I did get the very distinct impression that it was not man-made on Earth and that it was directed at the Titan IV for the purpose of destroying it. Whoever made this thing knew what they were doing, and in other words, it accomplished the job for which it was intended. The viewers saw that something illuminated the Titan IV, and one of those little devices detected the illumination. It then swung down out of orbit, accelerated, and punched through the Titan IV. There was no sign of a propulsion system. Some viewers said it certainly appears as if this planet is being kept in quarantine for some reason. Isn't that interesting? This planet is being kept in quarantine for some reason. The concept of a quarantine or embargo of Earth is not limited to science fiction writers and remote viewers. Many reputable scientists, to science fiction writers and remote viewers, many reputable scientists such as James D. Deardorff with the Department of Atmospheric Sciences at Oregon State University have theorized about the possibility. In one scholarly article, Deardorff mused, the arguments are that our galaxy is nearly saturated with extraterrestrial life forms and that our existence requires a hindsight, that they were and are benevolent toward us, and that our lack of detection of them or communication from them implies that an embargo is established against us to prevent any premature knowledge of them. Any sudden lifting of embargo in a manner obvious to the public would cause societal chaos and possibly touch off a nuclear exchange, while any communication received via radio telescope would likely be either quickly confiscated by the government agencies and not revealed to the public, or heavily censored. It follows that any embargo not involve an alien force must be a leaky one designed to allow a gradual disclosure of alien message and its gradual acceptance on the part of the general public over a very long time scale. Time senior writer Lance Morrow mused publicly, perhaps a master system of intergalactic ethics dictates that no planet may have contact with another until it has subdued its own self-destructive violence. Maybe the Earth is under a sort of quarantine, as if the idea of an imposed quarantine of Earth was not hard enough to swallow. Some remote viewers have also talked about the Martians. That was really interesting, you all. Do you feel like Earth is under quarantine? This book right here is a really nice book. I'm getting tired. That was really interesting. Well, we know they can't leave the Earth. They're trying to get off the Earth, and they ain't going to be allowed to get off the Earth. That's what they keep trying to do. We want to get off the Earth. They're not going nowhere. They're not. Yeah. Hola, Jacobo Cabajal. Yeah. Is that going to be an alien dance? No, I'm all danced out now. That reading made me sleepy. He's going to put me right to sleep. I'm going to lay down and just go to sleep. I am. It's nice to hear about it. Yeah. You just tuning in. Hello. Hello there, Gator Sky. Peyton. Yeah, you got the Peyton? We got it. I think I am going to go. You know what I should do? When did I start talking about aliens? I don't know where I talked about the aliens. I don't. Let me do this. Let me just look at somewhere. What are you gonna do, Gina? Gonna come over here. Oh, let's look at this. I'm just looking at this. Where you see these right here. what happens is there's like a big dip that occurs. It drops down. Whenever you see these things really truly do. They drop down to here, then they pop back up, then they go up. They'll go up and then they'll drop like here, like 0.5%, and they'll go all the way down, and then they'll bring them back up. They're messing with the rat. They're messing with it. Yeah, they're messing with it. Let me get out of this thing right here. Let me go back to where I came from. Well, I will go back to where I came from, so we're a lot of other people. We go back to where we come from. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna go. I am. Shalom, y'all's child, Yisrael, from Thailand. Thailand, we can speak with people all over the world. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go. If someone if someone sees this video, I lose subscribers every time I dance and thinking I'm not gonna listen to her talk about losing subscribers. Well, you're not gonna get to hear the I just had another deja vu. You're not going to get to hear about the earth being under quarantine. Yeah, you're not gonna get to hear it. Oh, I'm done for. I am done for the night, you all. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for being on here. Hello, Golden Arrow. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Yeah, get a good night rest. Thank you, Carol, honey. If there's any other moderator on here, thank you. And if there isn't, thank you, Carol, honey. Yeah, thank you all for your comments. Have a wonderful evening. Love you. Wild horse run faster. That's right, they do. Yeah, good night. I was going to try to push the button up there. I'm going to push it right here. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, go give that dance video a thumbs up too.